Embracing Aloha takes you on an electrifying journey through the enchanting landscapes of Hawaii, where every sunrise breathes new life into the land and the spirit of Aloha flourishes. When corrupt politicians seize sacred land and disregard ancient prophecies, they ignite a chain reaction that threatens both the islands and the global ecosystem. More than just a gripping eco thriller, Embracing Aloha dwells into the rich tapestry of Hawaiian culture, celebrating the true essence of aloha while exploring profound connections between people and nature. Amidst the adventure and heartfelt love story blossoms, revealing hidden life lessons through encounters with dolphins, glimpses of royalty, and intimate moments under the Hawaiian sunset. Experience this powerful tale of love, heroism, and the fight to preserve a sacred land. This is a story that mirrors the times that we live in. This book will be available for purchase December 1st. Please grab the link below. Welcome again to Lightworkers Secrets to Success. Today we have two amazing people back with us today. I am so honored to have Aros Crystos, author of Embracing Aloha, and Radhaa from Radhaa Publishing House. Thank you both for being here today. This has been long waiting for this book to come out. I know we are all so excited to read it front to back. And Eros, can you just please give us a little information about the book? What inspired you to write Embracing Aloha?
Well, I've been thinking about it while you asked me a little earlier. And, like anything else that in life, so many things happens by osmosis. We don't know why it's happening. And here, in this case, I was living in Hawaii, in Honolulu, and I was looking at an ad in the Honolulu newspaper, and I needed writers for something. So I went there and I connected with this Hawaiian woman, and we started talking. And she said, I have this idea. It's about an old lady, and kahuna, and she's 79 years of age, and she's taken in some orphans. Can you spin a story around that?
Mhm.
I said, yeah, I could certainly try. And she said, why don't you write like maybe some lines and then we'll meet up again and I'll see if this is what I like. So we did, and she said, I love it. And she said, can you write some more? And I did, and she said, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So she was going to pay me for doing this. And I wasn't thinking too much about it because I got so immersed in this project. Because once I start doing something creative, I kind of forget time and space, if you like. And I had to write it in a place where there were people running around all around me, and because I rented a room with a lot of other people, right? So while I was writing on my typewriter.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but anyway, and so she was going to pay me handsomely, and then who knows? The gods of Hawaii had other ideas for us. So basically, we were going to meet up, and she was going to give me the money so I could continue. Now, I never saw her again.
Mm.
She disappeared,
Oh,
and I never got any money. But I was having this project, and I thought, wow, maybe
no.
I should really do something with it.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, that's how I started then writing the story. But I had only like, it was an older woman with 5 orphans. That was it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then how
So
do you expand?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was almost like a divine province, what do you call providence? Providence?
Prophecy.
Um, yeah, yeah. Because she was there to give me this idea.
Okay.
That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. She didn't know that, and I didn't know that. And then now, and when it first came out um, in the older version, it was commissioned to be a 3D movie.
Oh, wow.
But as it is in the entertainment business, I didn't get along with the producer and their ideas and things like that, so it fell apart. But what I'm saying, it already had an interest for people to make it into a 3D movie, and it would be an amazing movie actually, and not very difficult to make. So
Yeah, nice. Well, so embracing aloha addresses ecological crisis and greed issues that resonates globally. How do you think your story mirrors the challenges of like what we're living right now today?
well, first of all, let's take a look at the word aloha,
Yeah.
which means divine breath.
Mm.
Okay, and now there's two ways of looking at this. You can say that they commercialized aloha on billboards all over,
Mhm.
and nobody talks about the real essence of aloha. But on the other hand, everybody on the planet talks about aloha.
Mhm.
And so it is doing its job, but in a whole different way. And because aloha, as I said, is a very sacred word, and the book embracing aloha, the five orphans that are part of the book,
Mhm.
they have the first initials of their name, but altogether it becomes aloha.
Wow, beautiful.
So
I
the
love
A is anunui, which means certain thing in Hawaiian, and
Mhm.
Mhm.
L, same thing, loka'i. And so every beginning of the word means something in Hawaii.
Wow. And you were inspired to write it that way. That's beautiful. I didn't know that aloha meant divine breath, and I love that. I wrote it down so I don't forget, but it's I love it's so beautiful.
Yeah, because that's what it really means, and the Hawaiian language is very important because there are few languages, except for Sanskrit and Latin, and maybe I don't know about Hebrew enough, but there are no words for anything negative like the devil in the Hawaiian language.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay.
Interesting.
It is very
And and you're thinking about it, so when you talk Hawaiian, it elevates your awareness, right?
interesting. And it's very
And
positive.
well, it's more than that. It's the syllables. It's like Sanskrit. The
Okay.
syllables combined together creates very powerful mantras.
So just a very ancient language.
Yes, but because of the vibration, it
Yes.
elevates the consciousness. So when the missionaries came to Hawaii, they
Mhm.
didn't allow the Hawaiians to speak Hawaiian.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
Yeah.
for
common.
200 years, it wasn't taught in school, so you couldn't hear it anymore. It was only kept by the kahunas, which is basically the high priest or the shamans.
Okay.
And kahuna means hidden knowledge.
Oh, hidden knowledge.
And how they kept this hidden knowledge in through traditions was through the dancing and the chants.
Okay.
So every true Hawaii dance, the hula,
Mhm.
every gesture, every movement the way tells a story.
Mhm.
And that's how they maintained this through generations so it
Wow.
wouldn't get lost.
Mm.
It's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing that because I had no idea. And I'm hoping our listeners today is learning and embracing what I'm feeling right now. I just feel this warmth and, connection to spirit. So I thank you for that.
Well, absolutely, of course.
Oh, um, well, what else would you like to share about the story? I mean, I'm already fascinated.
Well, I don't want to say too much because then people,
You want to read it?
right, but
You want to
let's
read the
talk
book?
let's talk about the environment. Hawaii has a very sensitive ecosystem.
Mm,
And once you start messing with it,
Yeah.
it's not good because all volcanoes on the planet are, of course, connected, right?
mm,
Hmm.
And Hawaii is kind of a smaller version of the whole microcosmos to microcosmos, right?
Hmm.
And so what happens in Hawaii, it's a tendency what's going to happen on the planet at large.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you go back and look at what's been happening in Hawaii, it's happening all over the world now.
Yes. And so do you think that they started in Hawaii as like the like kind of the testing ground and then to see how it would work and then that way they could move it to different
No, I
around the
think
world?
this is just basically in divine order
Okay.
that we start understanding and listening to the indigenous tribes all over the planet because
Mhm.
they have maintained the integrity of their teachings. And that's why, these people are vital for the survival and sanity of our humanity.
yes.
Mhm. Mhm. Give us a little background story of how you became so connected to Hawaii.
When I was 12 years of age in Helsingborg, Sweden, I went to the cinema. And so this was 1912, 57, around there, 58 or something like that, right? And I watched the movie South Pacific. It was a musical, and it took place in Kauai, what's called Bali High in the movie. And I fell in love with Mitzi Grainer. I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. Because she was beautiful.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I fell in love with this island, Bali High. And I had no real idea what Hawaii was or whatever, but I felt this connection. And somehow, being that young, I still felt I will go there one day.
Mhm.
And then in 1969, I had an opportunity to go to Honolulu through my sister, who was a Pan Am stewardess, and so she was flying, and I jumped on a plane in San Francisco and stayed in Hawaii for a week, and then she picked me up, right? And but in those days, Waikiki was a huge, long, beautiful, white, sandy beach, stretched for miles and wide. I mean, really wide. I remember seeing 3 garbage cans on the beach, and I thought, oh my goodness, that really destroys the beauty of it. So, but that was, I felt, I felt really a kinship. And through all the years I've lived in Hawaii, I've never been called a haole or anything like that. I've been treated with kindness and respect by everybody. However, I've been initiated by Madame Pele 3 times.
Wow. Can you share a little bit about that?
Well, Hawaii, again, as I said, people don't think they go to Hawaii that they made up this decision. No, it happens within them when they are ready to go to Hawaii. It could be for a day, could be for a week, it could be for a month, it could be for the rest of their lives. However, you will always be tested
Oh.
somehow. Because Madame Pele, the goddess of the volcano who lives on the big island, she is very real.
Mhm.
She's not just an imaginary person. She's real.
Mhm.
And people have experienced her either as a beautiful, dark woman with black hair and a very beautiful, or an old lady all in white with a white dog.
Mm.
So she appears in front of people at times to give them a message. And because I felt always very close to her, she has it always talks to me when something is going to happen.
Mm.
But I'm not unique in that way. I mean, it's just a question of connecting and respecting and honor. And
And being open to receive the message.
absolutely, absolutely. And
Mm.
understand that the Hawaiian gods, the old warrior gods, they still are alive, but in a different vibration in Hawaii, right? And if you drew ley lines among the different islands, it creates a very powerful energetic matrix.
Mm. Beautiful. I mean, you're
So
using some verbiage that maybe some of our listeners haven't heard before, and but you're giving a good example and giving us the vision of what that might look like. So thank you for that. Very
mhm.
beautiful. So, Eros, in what ways do you see embracing aloha as a call to action for readers worldwide?
Well, if you're looking at what's happening on the planet now, how we are destroying the environment, how lands are being misused, and the farmers having all of these problems everywhere. Without farmers, we can't have a country, right? Simple as that. And the embracing aloha is based upon protecting the environment, protecting it from greed, protecting it from politicians, and really understand that the land belongs to the people.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, really belongs to the people. And that can't be emphasized enough.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so embracing aloha is talking about that as well, but at the same time, it's also a very beautiful love story that anybody can read and get something out of it, depending on wherever they are in their lives and how much of how Hawaii they understand, right? But it's also about understanding again that the sacredness of the kahunas, the shamans that went under and hid from 200 years, basically, now are coming out again
Okay.
and understand. I mean, I had a friend when I lived when I was in Hawaii in the 90s. I mean, one of the times when I stayed there for longer times, he was a ninth generation kahuna.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he used to take us on herbal walks. And he knew every tree, every bush, every plant, every flower, what it was good for. And he said, if you understand, you know how to read nature, you don't need pharmacies.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah.
And he also emphasized one thing: if there is any sickness or a virus that appears on the planet,
Mm.
simultaneously, there's always a plant or an herb that appears as well.
I was just going to ask you that question because I wanted to know what sacred plant medicine is like in Hawaii. Like, do they have their own? Because I know you can find certain plant-based medicines in like Peru and Brazil. And for a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, well, it's all been destroyed.
Okay, gotcha.
But for example, my friend, he used to go out. We used to have, like, even in the 90s, we had hundreds of seaweeds. Today, I don't know if there's any left even.
Mm.
But he said the way to 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 take the seaweed to make seaweed salads,
Mhm.
you just go out into the ocean, knee deep, and the seaweeds that cling to your legs, those are the ones you pick.
Oh,
That's sweet.
So, and all of this is, of course, forgotten in today's modern society with virtual reality.
yes, I know. Can you see a world where this is coming back? Because I feel like some of the younger kids are trying to get back to nature.
Yes, and you're really asking me if I think this will come back? I think it's never been lost,
Mhm.
but fewer and fewer people will discover it.
Yeah. Oh, oh,
Because it's like anything else in this play we call being live.
yeah.
When people are not ready for it or they misuse it, it goes into a dimensional gridlock, if you like.
Hmm.
It's not lost. You
Hmm.
can find it again when you're ready to be able to understand it.
Hmm. Hmm. So do you think that when you're ready, they say like, well, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Is that kind of the same thing here?
No, this has to do with how you look at yourself. How do you look at yourself as a limited human being, or do you look at yourself as a divine, what I call multi-dimensional being? And do you vibrate on these frequencies where you could understand these ancient teachings?
Okay. Okay.
It's
Nice.
simple as that.
Yeah. Well, Eros, um, Embracing Aloha hasn't been your first collaboration with Radhaa Publishing House. Can you share your experience with working with the publishing team and how they've supported your vision for your story and your other books?
I mean, I've said it all along. It's even in the book, and Time is Promised to No One, because I talk about the publisher in the book, about the character who is a writer,
Mhm.
and how this publisher is a small boutique publishing house, but he
Mhm.
treats everybody equal. And everybody's success, one person's success is everybody's success. So no one is higher or lower. So everybody feels to contribute because they're part of the pod consciousness, if you like. And this is how I feel Radhaa Publishing House has treated me. And it's not, I mean, being an author, you want someone who understands what you're writing about, not just about money, right?
Yes. Mhm.
And so I've been looking for a very, very long time to find someone who could really understand where I was coming from. So Radha was sent by the gods, maybe the Hawaiian gods, who knows? But so it's been absolutely amazing.
Nice. That's so beautiful. Well, Rod, I did have a couple questions for you too, and thank you for being here. So embracing aloha carries a profound message about the connection between humanity and nature. So what drew Radha Publishing House to this project?
Well, I love everything that Eros writes. That's number one. And I really know that he's channeling divine messages. They're not just books, they're actually divinely encoded messages. But this book in particular, this book, this is the time for it to come in paperback because, you take a look at what's happening around the world and how industry is taking over a lot of lands, how greed and the bottom line and the desire to extract or take from nature, it's not about giving back, it's about pure extraction and kind of, leaving it worse than it was before. And I'm a big advocate of the land, of nature. Like we are stewards, we are guests. We're
Mhm.
not, this is, we're here to enjoy and to give and receive with Mother Nature. And when I first read Embracing Aloha, I wasn't aware as I am now about the way things are being exploited. And so much has opened up in my consciousness since reading this book. It's like I can really see it on a global scale.
Yeah.
And it's really a call, it is a call to action that we need to wake up, that we can't expect others to save us. We have to sort of, be the stand
Mhm.
and use our hearts, our voices, our art in any way, shape, or form to bring more awareness and consciousness. Because if we all awaken from the slumber of complicity, we will stand up for what's right. And we'll come together. And I don't think we're going to approve a lot of the things that are in motion right now. Let's just put it that way. I mean, I'm seeing this happen here in North Carolina right now, and it's unbelievable. So
Yeah.
so reading his book and then going through something like that, starting to see it happen around me and to the
Yeah.
lands around me and to the people around me, it really hits home, but I'm not the only one. We can
Yeah.
see this kind of behavior happening everywhere in the world. So I think this book is divine, definitely from the divine king. Eros is such a great writer and great conduit for this very important story. It's universal. And there
Mhm.
couldn't be a better time. It's easy to digest, so you're not going to get all caught up in the you might get emotional, but you're not, it's a story. So it's kind of sometimes that's easier to digest, right? I'm very
Yeah.
happy about this book, and I'm really excited to bring it forward in paperback and let everyone get it for Christmas and
Yeah.
beyond.
Yeah, and beyond. Well, how does this book align with your mission to amplify under represented voices and foster meaningful connections?
This book aligns like in every possible way
Mhm.
because I love working with heart-centered authors like Eros,
Mhm.
but those who really, really know that they have something important to bring forward, and a lot of times it's not in alignment sometimes with the bigger publishers because it's a real heart connection. This is a heartfelt book. You can feel it, but I believe that this aligns in every possible way with our values and his respect for the Hawaiians, the land, the culture, the heritage. It's a beautiful book, and we love to bring other cultures and diversity into our, books. And this book is so beautiful. It's so special.
Well, it sounds like it's right in alignment with, what Radhaa Publishing House is all about, and also in alignment with how you envision like embracing aloha impacting your readers and also the communities around. So thank you for giving Eros a chance to bring this book to life for the rest of us, the rest of the readers and beyond. And very thankful. And I will be soon as I will be buying this book ASAP. It sounds so beautiful and amazing. And I don't know much about the Hawaiian culture, so I want to dig right in and feel and see and see the story unfolding before me. Well, thank you guys for both being here today. Thank you so much. Thank you to our listeners for listening. Please grab the link below, purchase this book right away, get it for yourself. And like Radha said, Christmas is coming. It's right around the corner. This would be a good time to purchase and gift this book out to your friends and family. Thank you so much for being here today. We will see you on our next episode of Lightworkers Secrets to Success. Bye for now.